Skin so dang tight around the muscle, feels like it's gonna pop, homie. We playing Wolfenstein. Pop, pop, homie. You're doing Wolfenstein, homie. Pop, pop.
Wolfenstein.
Nobody plays enough Wolfenstein.
You're getting left swipe.
Wolfenstein. Nobody plays enough Wolfenstein anymore.
You playing Wolfenstein, man. GGH playing Wolfenstein. Rewolfia Vomitoria. What up, what up? It's Garage Gym Homie, baby. I am feeling amazing right now because today we are reviewing NutraBio Unbound series, man. GDA glucose disposal agent. Is it worth it? Before we get into this here, please click the subscribe button. Look at that, man. I'm a married man, and I got content coming out all the dang time for you, man. So click subscribe, and let's get into this, man. God bless all of you. I hope you're feeling amazing, living from the heart and staying out of the noisy head. I just got done swimming, man, over 70 laps, and I am feeling great. I hope you are too. Swimming's my favorite, man. My favorite cardio activity. You know, I beat my body down so much from lifting weights. I feel like one day, if I just wanted to put down the iron, I could swim the rest of my life, man, God willing, and just get the buzz I want. Anyway, man, so let's talk about this. First, I just want to say, this right here is a sick container. It's got a cool feel to it. Very sick, dude. One thing about NutraBio, they're such a great brand. They do their own manufacturing, I believe. And they used to have this Unbound, which was their separate company, a sister company. I think they're combining it now. So this is like NutraBio Unbound series. And they have like I don't know if it was a test booster or muscle builder they offered to send me. And I told them, I was like, listen, man, I'll be straight with you. I don't really take test boosters or muscle builders because I'm on TRT and my viewers know, and I'm not going to come on it. Oh, I made all these gains. My test is through the roof. My viewers are smarter than that. They're going to know. Come on, homie. You're on TRT. How do you know if it's a natural test? So I've never had much stock in natural test boosters. That doesn't mean I don't think they have their benefits. I think do I know that they raise testosterone? And it might be a muscle builder. I think it's a muscle builder, not a test booster. I never had much stock in those either. But to be honest, I haven't spent a dang 5 minutes researching them. I don't know, man. Some things you just think are, if it's too good to be true, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, if anybody would make a good muscle builder, it would be NutraBio. Because this company, everything they do seems to be maxed out with the dosages, well-researched, put together properly. I mean, I'm not shining schlongs, but I am seriously freaking impressed with the brand. I mean, they're stim-free pre. You just look at it and you're like, man, you just can't come up with a better formula. Same with their pre-workout. Those are both going to be on my top list. I just finished their leg day. Anyway, I can't wait to see the stimulants they come out with because Unbound is their more hardcore brand. And I know they're revamping right now to come out with new fat burners or pre-workouts or whatever it is. So I'm really excited. Now, this is a glucose disposal agent. I have reviewed one on the channel a long time ago. I think it was Huge Supplements. I just want to give it to you 1,000% straight right now while you're watching this. This is not something that I normally would use or review or keep in my regimen. So they said, I turned them down on the muscle builder or whatever. I think it's called Build. So then they said, well, we'll send the GDA. I didn't want to turn them down on two things because they also sent a killer looking protein. So I said, you know what? I'll do some freaking research. I'll play with this. I'll take it. And I'll give my honest review on what I think about it. These are very difficult. I just want to preface this review by saying this kind of thing is extremely difficult for me to review. This is not like taking a freaking pre-workout where I could just come on and tell you the effects, or sleep aid where I just say the experience. This is something that requires research and you got to kind of trust it's doing its job. There's some noticeable effects and some of them might be in my head and some of them might be legit. Very difficult. Now, I just want to say, having said that, I mean, I just want to give my viewers complete honesty, not something I would keep in my regimen normally. Having said that, dude, it's fun to monkey around with these supplements and see what they do. I've never had much stock in GDAs. And from what I know from my boy David Fredrickson, a lot of people use them incorrectly. And I trust David Fredrickson. more than anyone in this industry as far as knowledge on ingredients and supplements. So look, they look like this, man. They're these clear capsules. They don't do these colored caps. We like clear caps, homie. Vegetable capsules, they call it. You like the GGH sign, homie? We're not monkeying around. And let's talk about this. So as far as I've researched, this formula is freaking sick. So here's the breakdown, man. I'm going to tell you some notes I've taken. So they're giving us chromium. Let me pull it up here so I could share a screen with you. Show you the other screen. Okay. GDA. Let's see here. Boom. You can see that. That way I don't have to edit it with the label and all that. Okay. There we go. So they're giving us chromium. So this is essential 200 micrograms. This is a essential trace mineral that enhances insulin sensitivity and supports blood sugar metabolism. Chromax, it's a patented, very bioavailable form. It's superior absorption versus some generic chromium. This helps shuttle glucose into muscle cells rather than storing it as fat. Supports lean gains during high carb meals. So there you go. Then you got this what is this called? Mormodicin. It's bitter melon extract, 1,500 milligrams, standardized to 15% bitter principles and 5% Charenton. I'm probably butchering all these words, excuse me. Mimics insulin. It promotes glucose uptake into cells. Clinical usages are shown to reduce blood sugar levels, increase insulin sensitivity. This is a very high efficacious dose, very potent and well dosed right here. Banaba extract, 600 milligrams, 2% standardized. So this is another natural insulin mimetic. Coracilic acid helps enhance glucose uptake and lower blood sugar spikes. So that's great. Works well alongside bitter melon for multi-pathway glucose control. 600 milligrams is very strong. Clinical doses usually start at 32 to 48 milligrams of standardized extract. So this is a very generous dose right here. Then you got agmatine sulfate, which is a neuromodulator that can enhance insulin response and nutrient partitioning. Also helps with pump and blood flow, which I'm going to talk about here. Good for muscle glycogen uptake. It's most commonly used in pre-workouts, but the inclusion here may help enhance nutrient transport. Then you got the GS4 Plus, another trademark, I guess, GYMHOMIE Silvitra extract, 300 milligrams. This is standardized to 75%. It's known as the sugar destroyer. It suppresses the taste of sweetness and reduces sugar absorption in the intestine. It promotes insulin secretion, helps regulate blood sugar. So a lot of these help regulate blood sugar. GS4 Plus is a high quality trademarked extract. There you go. Then you got the Selin cinnamon. So you see this in a lot of them. Selin is the true cinnamon versus this cassia with lower it's more liver safe, apparently. So it improves insulin sensitivity and mimics insulin function, helps blunt post-meal sugar spikes. Natural insulin sensitizer. It's backed by a ton of studies. So I'm going to say, before I go on, I just want to say, the point of these essentially are to eliminate crash and to put the carbs to the best use possible when you have either a high carb meal or a cheat meal. So then you got the gluco advantage, dihydroberberine, 200 milligrams. Now this is a freaking ingredient. I'm seeing Apollon uses it. There's a freaking, this is like a super promising ingredient, apparently. So it's an enhanced form of berberine. It's 5 times more bioavailable. It's one of the most effective natural and insulin sensitizers on the market. Dihydroberberine gets absorbed faster, lasts longer, and is easier on the gut. So comparable to effects of metformin in some studies without the side effects. It's one of the most effective ingredients in this formula. This gluco advantage, I think there's people selling it as a single ingredient because it's so good for what this is. So R-lipolic acid, 160 milligrams. It's an antioxidant that enhances glucose uptake and reduces oxidative stress. R-alpha is the bioactive form. It's better than the standard ALA. It works synergistically with berberine and chromium to push glucose into the muscles. And then you got the bioprene black pepper. We see that in a ton of supplements for absorption. It improves bioavailability of the other ingredients. It increases absorption, especially the berberine and the curcumin-like compounds. So look, man, this is a fully loaded, all the ingredients are in their clinical or above clinical dosages. This is freaking, it's capsule form, easy to digest, whatever. So look, you're supposed to take this 15 to 20 minutes before a high carb meal or cheat meal. A full serving is 6 capsules before a large carb heavy meal. You could split into 3 capsules, 2 meals if you're having moderate carbs twice in the day. Do not take this on an empty stomach or before like a low carb or keto meal because you want carbs present to dispose of. So don't just take this frivolously. Take this for the high carb meals. I'll tell you this, the thing about saying a large carb heavy meal is we all have different definitions of what that means. To me, it's, to me, I've played with this when I'm eating clean with a, like before, like high stim Saturday. Let me give you an example of when I've used this. High stim Saturday in the morning, I'll carb up. I want a sick pump for high stim Saturday, oatmeal. I'll freaking throw fruit in there, some banana, I'm very liberal. It's the only area in my life I'm liberal. I try and get those carbs in. So I go live on YouTube. I want a sick pump. So I played with this then. And I'm going to tell you what I think, man. So this is what to expect, man. The benefits of this. Enhanced nutrient partitioning. So carbs to muscle. It's supposed to give you improved insulin sensitivity, reduced post-meal crashes. So that's one thing. I was looking for the kind of pump it would give me. And I was looking to see if there was, when you take especially a cheat meal, a high carb meal, if I'm eating clean, never gives me a crash. When I'm eating clean, I never have a crash. I'm always feeling good. When I have a cheat meal, I have a crash. So I was looking to see what this would do before a cheat meal. Ice cream, freaking pizza, whatever the heck, pasta, yada, yada. And so those were the two bigger things. Tighter, fuller muscles, especially when paired with weight training. I'm telling you the potential benefits. I'm not telling you yet what I noticed. Helps mitigate fat gain during bulking or cheat meals. Again, bulking is a very... it depends what bulking means to you. Some people eat 6,000 calories a day, the drugged out bodybuilder diet, they consider that bulking. I eat 2,800 calories and I feel like I'm bulking. So, it may help support healthy blood sugar levels over time. So possible side effects. So hypoglycemia if you take it without enough carbs or food. That's the reason you don't want to take it empty stomach or whatever. Minor GI discomfort, rare. I didn't have any of that. And may blunt sweet taste temporarily from the GYMHOMIE or whatever. That I didn't have either. That's probably all BS. Hold on one sec. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a few things before I talk about my experience. So the combination of glucose advantage, banaba, bitter melon, cinnamon, chromium, R-lipic acid, it's one of the strongest stacks you can find. I don't care what you tell me. This is, I don't think you're going to come on this channel and tell me one GDA that's better. I think it's probably the best on the market. Definitely going to be the most. I mean, I just know NutraBio, man. I haven't done a bunch of research on other ones. I can't imagine you're gonna beat this if this is the kind of supplement you like. So the addition of agmatine and bioprene, it's thoughtful touch. It gives added pump and the bioavailability benefits. If you're in a bulk lean gaining phase or doing cheat meals during a cut, this will help shuttle those carbs where you want them into the muscle. So I'm going to tell you a few things. You want to typically, as far as feeling the pumps, so listen, man, this supplement contains multiple ingredients that drive nutrient participating and glucose uptake into muscle cells. So I'm going to tell you this. I like the idea of this supplement. I love on paper what this does. I like putting carbs to the best use possible. I like the idea of a better pump and not letting the carbs go to waste and supporting the muscle and not having a crash after a cheat meal. So a few things I noticed. I'm going to tell you this. Number one, when taking it on clean eating, when I'm carbing up, it seemed like I had sick pumps. Now, I just want to preface this to say, it's very hard for like me to review a supplement like this, because when you take a supplement like this and you take it before a high carb meal, I feel like I would get sick pumps regardless from eating high carbs. So I don't want to come on here and be disingenuous and say this give me like the sickest pumps ever. Having said that, the times I used it after eating clean carbs, I noticed sick pumps. Is it from this? Do the carbs itself give sick pumps? I can't confidently say, dude. As I said, everything on this, I like the idea of this. Now, a couple things I'll say. I've had this before a few cheat meals. This is one of those supplements that I'm looking for the benefits when I take it. So I had a cheat meal and I didn't have a crash after both times I've used it with a cheat meal. I want to give this credit for that. Do I know for sure? No. Let's just sum this up, man. This gave me freaking sick pumps when I took it, when I trained. And both times I took it with the cheat meals, big cheat meals, ice cream, all that, I had no crash after those cheat meals. I didn't feel like going to sleep at 9:30 when normally I probably would have. But also I'm looking for that. I'm like, you're looking for it to work, you know. Do I think this supplement is worth it? At the end of the day, I think this supplement is absolutely worth it. If this is the kind of, let me stop sharing this screen. I would say this supplement, if you want a glucose disposal agent, if you like these kind of supplements, if you're really on and dialed in, I think this is worth having and worth playing with. For me, it's not something I would keep in my regimen at the end of the day, just to give it to you 110% straight. This is not a supplement. I will use the whole bottle of this, but I'm not going to keep using it after, because it's just not something that's part of what I do. I enjoy using it and I love the benefits on paper. I love the idea of putting the carbs to good use and not having as much of a, you know, when you have carbs, especially simple sugars and stuff, you spike your blood sugar. And the name of the game, which is why I eat a lot of fatty meat now and all that, is not having blood sugar spikes so you don't crash and you have good sustainable energy. I love that. I think this is the best GDA on the market. So I will say that. There's pros and cons of everything. This is one of those supplements to me where you kind of gotta, and NutraBio might come to me and say, look, man, I noticed all these benefits when taking it. And you might, man, you might. And I'm not saying I didn't notice. It's just hard to tell what's from what. Like if you're looking for a sick pump and this is going to shuttle the carbs to the muscle and all that, you know, you'll probably get a sick pump from this. For me, it's like, okay, I'm getting a sick pump, but would I get a sick pump anyway? I don't have the answer. Like I'm looking for not having a crash when I'm taking these high carb meals and cheat meals. I didn't get a crash. So, but I'm looking for it to do that. So if that makes any sense, man. All in all, if you're looking for a GDA, I would say there's none better than getting this. I would highly recommend getting this. I think it is definitely worth it to play with. I went through the label. I think they're maxing you out and giving you the best chance possible of this doing an insanely good job of freaking what this is supposed to do, what a glucose disposal agent is supposed to do. It's not a supplement that normally like I would play with or mess with, but since they send it to me, I'm having fun using it. You know, I'm a drug addict, so I like popping pills and seeing the effects and all that. I think it's great, man. I'm having fun with that. So I've given it to you straight, man. Like it's a very difficult supplement for me to review. This is one of those supplements that's way easier for me to review on paper than to tell you the real life world effects, because you're kind of looking for it to do its job. You know, you got to kind of trust it's doing its thing. And I'm really dialed in with everything. So it's one piece of the puzzle. So definitely fun to use, definitely worth it. If this is the kind of supplement you're into, I'm having fun with it. and I look forward to using the rest of the bottle. That's what I got. I'll link below where to get it. I mean, dude, it's a freaking, one thing I do know about this, all BS aside, this is a killer freaking formula, dude. I mean, killer, well thought out. So props to NutraBio. Congrats on your endeavors. You could tell I'm struggling with this review, man. I'm doing the best that I can. So let me know how I did in the comments. Hit the like button. God bless all of you. And let's get this dang muscle.